Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to create a very simple shop system for your game, and it will store the data on what type of objects you have, how many coins you have, so you can buy things from that coins. You can sell also, so I will tell you how you can do that as well. So we are going to learn about file access class today, and file access class will give us the access of a file. We can load the file, we can write a file, we can do a lot of things with the file access class. So let's see how we can do that. So first of all, you can see we have a test scene here, which have a test node here, and asset, I have this asset as an example that we are going to use, and we have some test scene which is now open here, and nothing in the script folder, an empty script folder. And yeah, so this is the everything else, and in the scene tree I only have a node here which is node 2D. Okay, so first of all, let's start with adding some UI to our system. So let's add a sprite 2D here, and let's add, make sure you use this. So let's add a label here, and here in the sprite, I will going to provide this texture, and let's choose the region that I want. So I want something like the potion, health potion, and for the label I will mark it as 0. So let's make it something in the between the scene, something like this. And if I will change it, for example 100, so it will visible it like this. Okay, you can change a lot of things here, like you can go on theme overrides, go on font, you can change the font here. If you have custom font, you can apply that as well. If you want to change the font size, you can do it as well. For example, if I will make it 16, then the font size, if you use these themes, you must provide a font here, then these properties will get changed. Okay, so you can do that. And so yeah, you are free to do anything you want. And okay, so now we got everything here. Now we got some health potion here and some label that will display the health. So let me make it like HP. Okay, let me make it like HP, and let's say HP sprite. Okay, and so we got everything here. Now let me make it at the center of, or maybe we can do it here, right? Okay, no, maybe we can do it something here. And now I want something to display the coins we have. So for that, let's choose the sprite 2D node here, and I will mark it as coins, and let's get some label for this as well. And for coins, let's add a sprite sheet here, and I have a coin here as well. So let's go on region, enable the region, edit region, and this is the coin that we are going to use. Close. So we got some coins as well, and the label should show how many coins I have. So let's add the coin here and then the label here. You can see. Okay, you can stretch the coin as well. Let me make it a little bigger, so when we can see it much better. Okay, so we got some coins here, and now let me make the HP bar something like in the middle maybe, and let me create one more of this. Let's call it green portion, and here we can go here and the edit region and select the green portion here. Okay, so make sure that this thing. Okay, so let's go here and go here. Let's put it down underneath it. Okay, and let me make them 0 for now because we don't have any right now, right? So we'll just make it 0 and the coins will display the coin we have. So let me display the coin as 0 as well. So we got everything ready. We got some coins, we got some things that we want to buy, and now let's add some buttons that we can perform some actions here, right? So for that, let me add an hbox container, and this will known as button underscore container, and let's add some buttons to it. So you can just search button and you will get buttons here. So go, and now we can just duplicate the button. So we got 3 button. For one is for increment, and the second one is basically buy. So let's add some text here, which is buy, and the second one is for save, and the third one is for, let's say, load, and we need one more, which is reset. So we got each button here. We can just put these buttons here. Okay, so now we got everything. Now let's run the scene and see if everything is working or not. Okay, so you can see this window is very small, so let me increase the size here. I can go on window and just make it like this, and you can see, okay, maybe we can do something better. We can basically make it to 56 and maybe by 2, and we can stretch it. So scale, canvas item viewport. Okay, now close. Let me see if these things will get fixed. Okay, no fix, no problem. Let me go and let me put here 1280 by 720. Okay, nice. Yeah, so now we got a big screen here. Okay, you can see now we got big screen, so that will help us. And there is one more thing that I want to do is just put each and everything except the coins and labels to here, and make sure I rename it as GP, which is green portion. Okay, so we got each and everything here. And so basically what we are going to do is when we are going to buy, we will set the portion to some value, right? So basically this is the portions. So when we are buying the portion, for example, the red one is for 50 rupees, so the portions will increase by 1. And if the green one we will buy, for example, the green one are for 100 rupees or 100 coins, we will just increase the value by 1 as well. So basically we are going to buy this and we will save the data that we have, and once we will reset everything, it will go down to 0. And if we load it again, we will see that the you can see that we have how many coins left and how many items that we have bought. Okay, so these are the things. So let me write the price somewhere in a label that will help us remember how much for each coin is. So for 10 coins equals to 1 health potion, and for 20 coins equals to 1 green potion. Okay, so this is the price that we need to know Okay, nice. So this is the price, and let me put the inventory to somewhere here, right? So every time we will buy so let me make it by HP. So once we will buy HP portion, it will increase the value of red. Okay, so somewhere about this, right? So let's create it. So how we can do it? So first of all, we can just add a script to test.gd, and first of all we need to go to the script folder and create a test.gd script, and now we need to import each and everything. So first of all we need to import this, and second we need to import this as well. So this is HP and the GP that we are going to reflect, and there are some variables that we are going to make. And so first of all let me make this as coins label, and we are going to use this as well. And so first of all we need to create some variables. Number one is coins, so I'm going to set the coins to 100, and you can see and you can also basically define it like this, uh, and something like this. So you can also do it something like this as well. Okay, and if you do something like this, you will be able to see, once you go on test scene, you can see, you will be able to see the variable value here, and you can increase or decrease it. Okay, so we got the coin here. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to create some coins, some HP first. So we will take the, let me add the label here. Okay, so this is the label, this is the label, and let's set the HP to 0 and the GP to 0 as well. So these are the basic these are the basic variables that we have now. Okay, so what happens when we buy things? So we will basically going to spend some coins and buying these things. So for that we need some prices for the portion. So let me first create a comment here, prices. So for 10 coins equals to 1 HP, and you can see, and prices for green portion is 10 coins for 1 HP as well. So now we can just create a function, and you can use any function you want. I will going to use the process function. Okay, so basically you can see the process function, and in the process function, or basically you can just create some normal functions. So let's create some basic function. So what we will do is we will basically create some signals here. The first button was by by HP. The second one was save. The third one was load, and the fourth one is reset. And so once you go here, you can click on these buttons, go on node, and once you go on node, you can just press button down and connect. And now we got here. So first of all we need to, so what we need to do, we need to reduce the coins by 10 and increase the HP equals to 1. And how we can show how much coins we have? So for that we will use the process function, and in this process function, what we will do, we will basically show how much we have left. So for that, we will use HP label dot text equals to, make sure you convert the value of HP to a string. Okay, so you can do that like this. So every time I will do this, I will show the, every time I will change the value of coins or something like that, so I will show them through this label. So let's do this str and then coins, right? So this is the very basic thing we can do, and so let's see if this will work or not. Let's run the scene, and okay, let's buy HP. So you can see every time I am buying HP, it's reducing the coin by 10 and increasing the amount of health potions. So you can see I am buying everything. You can see you can go all negative end, so you can do also, you can do that as well. Okay, so right now I'm just making the HP. You can do that same for GP as well, which is the green portion, and so we can just do that, right? Okay, so now let's create a reset one as well. So when we press the reset button, what it will do is it will basically set the values to default value, which is setting the cons to 100 and setting the HP to 0 and GP to 0 as well. And now what we will go do when save and load things happen, so we will do that. So let's go on save button down, we will save the scene. So now here the main thing will come on how to use the file access library, right? So for using the file access library, what we will do is first we will load a file. So how we can do that? So you can basically create a variable and let's say it as file, and then you will do file access dot open. So we need to open the file, and if you provide something like data dot, you can do txt, you can do json, or you can do anything you want. Okay, so you can just do it. So you can do file access dot data dot txt. So every time we will save, we will basically write on the file. So I'm using file access dot write. So this will open the file as in the write form, and not now what we will do is we will do here, and now we can see if I want to store something. Now if I want to store something, what I will do is I can do a store variable, I can do store string, I can do store real number or something like that. So I'm going to store the variable here. Okay, so I'm going to store the coins here, and this thing will store the coins here. Okay, and that's it. So we are going to save the coins here, and we are going to save the, and we are going to save the HP as well. So these two variables will get stored here, and now what we will do on load. So if you press button down and connect the signal, so now we need to load the data which is in the file, right? So first of all, let's check what it will store every time I click the save button. So let's run the scene. Right now I have 100 coins and HP is 0. I bought 3 or 5 potions, and where I got 50 coins and 5 HP potion. Now let's save the scene, and I clicked saved. So let's see what happens. So you can see I got a data.txt file here and there is nothing on it. So why is there is nothing on it? There should be something here in the file, right? So let's see what's the problem here. So you can see, so let's go and open show in file manager, and it's open. So now we can open the data.txt. So now you can see when you will do something like store where, it's a much harder to read it from the file, right? So how we can do that? We can convert the data in a string and then we will save it. So how we can do that? We can do that very easily. We can just do file dot store string, file dot store string, and in the string folder you can save it as coins, and then str, you can basically do that as well. So str of coins plus, now you can do the HP, and here you can basically do plus str of HP. So now the data will be stored as coins, and the coins and HP and the coins. Okay, nice. So let's save this, run the scene by HP, save. Okay, now you can, okay, make sure you do this. Okay, discard local changes and reload. And now if you see, you can see the coins are saved now 50 and HP, right? So this is saving in a different file, which is a text file. You can also use different formats like CSV, or you can use different file formats like JSON or DAT or any type of file you want. Okay, so I have stored the data. Now how we can load the data? So for that you can just basically do this, which is create the file as well again as well. So I'm just copying this thing, and now we will do something called as read. And in the read, when you will do the read method of the file access, you will be able to read the file. So you need to store the data here. So let's store as data. So make sure you create a variable data first. So variable data equals to file dot get, and now you need to, you can see there are different type of methods that you can use. You can use get var, get position, get path, get line, and there are different things. So I'm using get as text, and once you get the data you can try to print it as well. So let's do an print function, and let's print the data here. And so let's try to run the scene. Let's see what we will get. So if I press load now, you can see it's showing the data here, right? So how we can scrap the data from our file? So basically you can, if you want, you can remove this thing because we don't need this thing, and we can store the data as like this. And let me buy some coins. You can save it, and now if I load, you can see I have a number called 505, which is 50 and 5. So we can do it something like this, and here you can just do it like this. You can add a slash n here, and if I save it again, 50, save. Now if I load, you can see I am getting different data in different lines, right? So now we can go here and how we can see the data here. So basically we can do very simple. What we can do is we can change the method here, which is get as. So you can see that we'll be able to get the 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, get as text, get CSV line, get double, get file as string, get float, length, line. So we can use get line, and let's see if this requires anything, right? So if you click on here, you can see it returns the next line of a file as a string. The string does not include the return. Okay, so let me see get line. If I pass 1 here, okay, so it does not require any argument. Okay, no problem. So now if I save the scene, let's see what will happen. By HP save load. Okay, so now I'm getting the first part here. Okay, so every time you will do get line, you will be able to get the first second line. Every time you call, you will be able to get the line. Okay, so basically let me show you how you can do that. You can do something like data1 and variable called data2, and in the data2 I want to get something called as get line, and if I will print data1 comma data2, let's see what we can get here, right? So PyHP to 50, save and load. So you can see I'm getting 50 comma 5, which is data1 and data2, right? So what we will do here, we will try to convert this data and store the data in the variables again every time we load the scene, right? So for example, if I run the scene, you can see everything is reset. There is nothing here. So every time I want to run the scene, I want to see how much thing I have bought, how much thing I have spent, how much money I have spent, or something like that. So what we will do, we will basically store the data in the variable, right? So every time we will load the scene. So let's create two more variable, which is let's create two more variables, which is temporary variables for now. So let's create number of health pots, okay, and variable called number of coins. So we got two variable, which is number of health pots and number of coins. So I'm going to use these two variables, right? So let's set these two as 0, and so every time I want to load, I want to set everything to um, variable, right? So basically what we will do, we will, instead of doing the printing, we will just set the coins to data1, and we will set the HP to data2. And now if I run the scene, you will see everything is reset. If I click load, okay, you can see I'm trying to assign the string to a. Okay, so make sure you convert these data into your preferred format. So I'm going to convert this into an integer. I'm going to convert this into an integer as well. So now let's run the scene. And if I load, you can see I've got my previous data, which is saved in the data.txt file, is loaded in the game. And if you want to load when I will load this scene here, how you can do that? Basically you can use the function called ready function, right? So we will use this and we will set the number of health pots and number of coins to the data. So we can basically set this. We can basically set the coins equals to number of coins, and basically we can actually take this whole thing here, and we can just control C it, and we can just paste it inside the ready function. So every time the scene will start, this ready function will get called, and this whole thing will get called, and we will able to see the saved coins and HP which was saved last time in the data.txt folder. Okay, we don't need this as well. And yeah, so let's try to do it again. Let's open the scene, and here you go, you can see the 50 and 5 as your saved thing. What happened if I will buy HP? Let's buy some more HP and save the scene, and let's reset it. So you can see everything got reset. And let's buy some more. Let's buy something like this and save the scene. Now close it, discard local changes, and now if I run it, you will see I have the last time that the data I have saved in my file as well. So hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. If you love this video, please share and subscribe as well. Thank you for watching.